there will now be an opportunity for silent prayer or meditation. Thank you. Please be seated. Order. The Secretary will read the order of the day.
Resumption of debate on vote number 1, the Presidency. Reply by the President.
The Honorable the President.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Deputy President, Ministers and Deputy Ministers, Honorable Members of the House. We thank all Honorable Members for participation in the Budget Vote 1, the Presidency debate. Honorable Speaker, I wish to reiterate that the journey we have traveled as a nation is truly remarkable. Yes, there are challenges, but we know what to do to deal with them and are forging ahead to build a better South Africa and a better life for all. We have definitely moved far away from what former President Mandela called the skunk of the world into becoming one of the major players on the global stage. We have put more children in school than at any time in the history of our country. We have more students at universities and technical colleges than ever before. We have more women who work in and occupy positions of leadership and influence in professions that were once considered to be reserved for men. Our achievements cut across every facet of social, economic, and political life of South Africa. Millions of families live in communities where they are secured, are provided with clean water, electricity, and houses, and where their dignity has been restored through the provision of basic sanitation. A black child in matric this year stands a better chance of going to a university or a technical college to pursue a dream career than has ever been the case before. The Honorable Chief Whip of the Majority Party mentioned a lot more achievements than this country has scored and provided factual information in this regard. We know that those with dominant control over the means of communication are running negative campaigns against our country. However, our people know that their country is a success story because they can see the changes that have come into being since 1994. The long shadow of apartheid is gradually receding. Despair has been replaced by hope, deprivation by opportunity, and exclusion by inclusion. This is the country that South Africa is today. It is full of possibilities for its citizens and provides leadership in the world when required to do so with confidence and humility. Somlomo siyabonga elungwini elihloniphekileyo umama umnganga Cabashe ngokubalula inkinga ewumbulalazwe izidakamizwa ezibhubhisa izingane kwamashu. Lenkinga igcwele izwe lonke. Ibuhlungu kakhulu ngoba iyasiqeda isizwe sakithi. Izingane zihlukumeza abazali, zintshontsha impahla emakhaya ngoba zidinga imali yezidakamizwa. Abantu abathengisa izidakamizwa bayisiqalekiso ezweni lethu. Babulala izwe ngoba befuna imali. Umnyango wezenhlalakahle uphezu komkhankaso okufundisa intsha ngalombulalazo. Ngomhla ka-21 April bekunemashi enkulu yezingane zezikole ezevile ezinkulungwaneni ezintathu 3,000 kwamashu ebiholwa umphathiswa wesifundazwe kwezenhlalakahle esifundazweni saKwaZulu Natali umama uWeziwe Thusi. Sicela imiphakathi ibambisane nohulumeni ukuze sikwazi ukunqoba lenkinga nalenselelo. Asibabike emaphoyiseni abathengisa izidakamizwa ukuze baboshwe. Njengamanje uhulumeni umatasatasa wakha izindawo ezintsha zokwelapha abaphethwe ilenkinga yezidakamizwa. There are currently 7 public or government treatment centers and several private centers. Some provinces, such as the Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal, have 2 or more public treatment centers. The Department of Social Development is in the process of establishing public treatment centers in provinces where there are no such facilities. The department has identified 5 provinces, namely Northern Cape, Northwest, Limpopo, Free State, and the Eastern Cape for the establishment of the centers, and work has already begun. Eventually, all provinces will have at least one public treatment center. As Honorable Lesatsi Duba correctly pointed out, we need to improve the capacity of our law enforcement agencies so that they can effectively wage the war against criminality such as drug peddling. Honorable Shenge and Honorable Shalembe, the Presidency is fully committed to the implementation of the additional cost containment measures that were announced in the 2016 State of the Nation Address and Budget Speech. The 35 vacant posts that the Presidency had intended to fill during the current financial year, which you have referred to, were frozen as a result of the cost containment drive. To make up for the frozen posts, existing staff will take up more responsibilities. You will also be pleased, Honorable Shenge, that the Presidency compensation budget has been drastically cut from this financial year onwards. Honorable Shenge, it is incorrect to say there are technical personnel from the South African Post Office who have been seconded to the Presidency. There are none at all. Government is also already implementing other measures to cut wastage, as we announced in the State of the Nation Address. The numbers of support staff accompanying ministers and deputy ministers on foreign visits has been reduced. Stakeholder banquets following budget vote debates have also been done away with. These are small but significant gestures which confirm that money must be spent on the core business of government, which is the provision of services that will ensure a better life for all our people. However, the cost containment measures alone cannot solve the challenges that face our society. We need robust and inclusive economic growth. And the twin goals of growth and inclusion cannot be separated. One of the major challenges was correctly identified by Honorable Mantashe, who pointed at the slow growth in the global economy, which has had a negative impact on our own economy. The decline in commodity prices in particular has been especially devastating to our mining industry. Our people need jobs, and they need to earn an income, even during this difficult climate. In this regard, we need to support our youth, in particular to earn a living during such a climate, and in particular to promote entrepreneurship. I am therefore pleased by the report given by Deputy Minister Manamela about the work that the National Youth Development Agency is doing towards meeting this goal. Economic transformation also remains pivotal. There will be no sustainable economic development in this country until we succeed in deracializing the commanding heights of the economy. Honorable Speaker, I wish to take this opportunity to condemn in strongest terms the banning of 17 schools and the other public facilities in the Buani area of Limpopo, reportedly over discontent regarding municipal demarcation. The entire nation is in shock over this occurrence. There is no grievance that can justify the destruction of property, especially schools, which are meant to help the next generation of Guani to defeat poverty, inequality, and unemployment. Nobody should be allowed to jeopardize and destroy the future of our children and our country. We have directed law enforcement agencies to apprehend those responsible and bring them to justice. It cannot continue that people engage in such criminal behavior and we do nothing about it. Protests are permissible, but they should be undertaken peacefully. The Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, the Minister of State Security, who is also the acting police minister, and the Deputy Minister of Police are in the area today to deal with the situation. In all the protests that have taken place, people normally close the roads and ban few things. This really raises eyebrows very seriously. 17 schools, it's not a small thing. I think we need to look deeper into this, because there has been rumors that in many of these protests, there are some motive behind, and some people take advantage of them. This is just shocking. If we are talking about a school or two is one thing, 17 schools, it looks suspicious. And I hope the country is taking note of this. The Honorable Chief Whip of the majority party sounded a serious warning to those who toy around with causing instability in the Republic. They will not be allowed to succeed. Let us not play around with the security of the state, our country, and our people. Honorable Speaker, we know that it is not all the people of Bwani who are lawless. In this regard, a process to declare Bwani as a comprehensive rural development program site is at an advanced stage so that the peace-loving community members can obtain the development they need. The recently established Bwani Task Team, led by the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, has put together a development package for the Bwani area, comprising projects which are being implemented by the Makadu local municipality and the Vembe district municipality, as well as provincial and national departments. The people of Bwani deserve a better life, free of anarchy and lawlessness. Honorable Speaker, the Deputy President reminded us of the country's most important feature, our cultural diversity. Indeed, all languages are important, and all the cultures and traditions of our people are important and equal. Iphini lika mongameli lisikhumbuze ukuthi kubalulekile ukuthi sizazi futhi siziqhenye ngezilimi ezikhulunywa ezweni lakithi. Sibaluleke zonke izilimi, akusona isiNgisi sodwa esibalulekileyo. Uma nje ukhuluma ulimi lwakho, kufanele ukuthi uziqhenye, ungazinyezi, futhi ulithande. Ke badideke nabanye abangalwazi, ke batolekelwe nabo. Compatriots, we are fortunate to live in such a beautiful country which offers so many opportunities and possibilities for us to build a better life indeed. Let us be serious about building our country and fighting poverty and all the remnants of apartheid colonialism in our country. The drama, theater, and antics that we see daily in this house will not move South Africa forward. What is required is hard work, dedication, and commitment to make South Africa a better place for all. We stand ready as government to play our part, working with all our people to move South Africa forward. Honorable Speaker, I take it that I have responded to the debate and responded to specific members who participated in the debate who discussed the budget vote. I've not thought it is important to respond to people whom I could call in Zulu, ebebezinhlanhlathela nje esikhotheni ngenkulumo. Ngoba nami ngaze ngiduke ngihlahlathe. I've dealt with people who dealt with the budget, and that is important, not those who were not discussing the budget. The issue was the budget. So, Madam Speaker, I would like to thank you very much and thank all the participants in the manner in which they conducted themselves. I also responded to them, those who conducted themselves very well. If your members have no respect, it's going to be difficult to respect them or their contributions. We all have rights, and the rights should be respected as we respect their rights as well. I'm happy that you were able to handle the House, but commenting as somebody who from time to time come to this House to participate, I believe your House need to do more to bring this House into order. I go around Africa and people ask me very embarrassing questions about this parliament. I thought you should know this. Some are complaining, particularly in our region, that in the manner in which we behave in this parliament, we are changing the perceptions they've heard about us, that we're a leading example of a constitutional democracy. They are now saying you are influencing some of their people in a wrong way. And indeed, I was in one country, heard a young man speaking on the TV, imitating some of the young men who are here in South Africa. I think it will be very important that you seriously bring this House into some order for the dignity of the country, because it must be seen from the public representatives. Some people whom we represent who cannot be here are not happy with the manner in which this parliament is at the moment conducting itself. And I thought I should leave this message because I've come across not just outside only, even in the country. If you go to the rural areas, people ask you, "Nenzani kodwa kulela parliament?" And it's difficult to answer them. Kukhona omunye elinye ilungu leparlament elingasekho la elake langixoxela isimanga lathi lathethiswa unkosikazi. Unkosikazi wathi, "Hawu mkhwenyana, seniqeda unyaka wonke nixoxana nomzuma umuntu oyedwa nje uzuma, anenza imithetho. Kanti niyeli koxoxa imizi yabantu?" Nami ngazi-ke wayengixoxela nje funa nami ngizwe ukuthi hayi abanamile abantu ngendlela esiqhuba ngayo. Kodwa-ke siyabonga somlomo. Ucela nje kwami ukuthi uba wonke amaqembu abengahlala impela axoxe ngendlela leparlament eziphethe ngayo ukuthi kubuyiswe isithunzi ibingaba into enhle. Bayojabulela abantu bakithi. Bayojabula ukuthi sineparlament lakhe imithetho. Ngoba manje masinje uma sesishawona umthetho abantu bazohlonipha kanjani. Udaba lo lengicabanga ukuthi ludinga ukuthi ulidingadwe yini njengamaqembu. Ningathi nihlonipha iconstitution ngakolunye uhlangothi, ngakolunye ningayihloniphi. Ngoba kukhona amalungu angahloniphi lendlu ayiphazamisa nje ukuthi ingaqhubeki. Phela abasahlonipha amalungelo amalungu. Kodwa bafuna ukuhlonishwa wabo. Hawu ake nilungise lento bakwethu. Phela ithi indaba ingaba kule ngabisazekeka, ayisazekekile. Ngiyabonga somlomo.
I thank the Honorable, the President. And I wish to also say, Honorable President, umongameli lokhu akushoyo, kade sasihlangana nabantu ngaphandle, ikakhulu abantu abadala, bekhala ngalo lolu daba umongameli alubekayo. Engicabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe kulela komiti ekuyilona elisilekelelayo ukuthi siziphatha kanjani siyiPhalamende, ithini imigomo esivumelana ngayo. Kuzoke kufanele ke siyibeke le item. Sengathi mhlawumbe ngalelo langa singamema umuntu omdala uShenge abe nathi ngalelo langa. Khona sizobona ukuthi akungeke yini kube ngcono mhlawumbe uma sixoxa kukhona nabantu abadala phakathi kwethu. Ke sibonisaneni nje ukuthi makunje kwenziwa njani. Siyabonga. That concludes the debate on the budget vote and the business for the day. The House is adjourned.